Welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. And the last day of this week of characters that's made of 尖 gap image is this one. And you may wonder why this looks like a traditional Chinese. Indeed, this looks exactly like traditional Chinese. And for a moment, I was wondering, why? Simplified Chinese doesn't have this concept. And also, its pronunciation changed from 尖 to xiàn. Now, this person symbol on the left side made this gap imagery describing behavior of human or character traits of a human. So when it's gappy, human, how come it becomes majestic? Okay, this 尖, as I said, is about moonlight beaming through two-panel door. Give you the sense of, okay, you actually have a gap in between that otherwise you would probably miss, not a gap in the middle. So this 尖 character, when it paired with 人, this two-stroke human figure, that's a profile view of human. This is not longer, but straighter side is the left side, the front side of the body. And this longer, curvier side is the back side of the body. And this, obviously, leftward facing, because Chinese is a leftward-oriented language or worldview. That this human figure, when it pairs with gap, it doesn't mean that person is spotty. Or we can understand spotty in a way that in English we have the expression of glass half full. So some space in that person, if a person as a vessel container, that gappy means there's still a lot of space in that person to be filled. So this basically is talking about humans' neural plasticity, that we can still form, shape, recreate, reinvent ourselves because we still have a lot of room to change ourselves. We are not dead or stiff, but we are still got a lot of gappy, gap means space within us. So 线 basically means spacious mind, kind of like English open-minded. Actually, English use open means kind of like a switch, open or close, or door, open or close. That is kind of a binary state of being, either you're open or close. Versus 尖 gives you more subtlety or more gradients because we have different gappiness or spaciousness within ourselves. And for Chinese, the virtue would be to keep our composure, reduce thought burdens, to get rid of those dead things, focus on today, now, create mental space to take in new information. And also when we have the peace of mind, we are more likely to detect the tiny, subtle signals from life that we allow ourselves to be spacious, to take in new things. So this is definitely an awesome meaning. And this is my first time met this word because in simplified Chinese, we simply don't see this word. If we simplify 线 as a Chinese, if you can switch, that we have this 尖 simplified normally with a door frame with the sun symbol in the middle, and that paired with a human figure on the left side, we don't have that in contemporary simplified Chinese. And I indeed wonder why this is such a one-off situation. And indeed, the simplification was done, I guess, by panel of scholars in the 1950s, excuse me, for the purpose of increase literacy by simplifying Chinese. And That work was done systematically, and xiàn was not included to be further simplified as all the other jian that we met this week, because this xiàn was not frequently used in everyday language. We don't really point out how majestic humans can be. And this xiàn, for the most part, just live in the classical literature. So the low frequency of use made this character almost like obsolete. And it took me quite some time to find in simplified Chinese keyboard to find this character. In fact, I cannot find it through pinyin, through the sound of it. If I spell xiàn, xiàn, okay, type into the simplified Chinese, I won't see that in the long drop of all the choices of characters. That's xiàn, 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 all included in that pronunciation category. I don't see that. I have to find it through radicals. I have to find under this human figure, and then I can see over there. Interesting phenomenon. But I'm so glad it's not too late to meet this character, because this is ancient wisdom passed down to us. That this is a description. 色兮鲜兮赫兮宣兮. You can see how the pronunciation rhymes with each other, with this 8 characters but 4 repetitive things. Xi over there, xi simply is a breather. Almost you can regard it as exclamation mark or full stop. Like each character, 色兮鲜兮赫兮宣兮, each character contains so rich information that we have to put a full stop after each one so that the listener can digest, absorb that information in. So this 4 characters with 4 breathers next to it is to describe the ideal humanity, I guess. Either is ancient king, ruler, or some virtuous, ideal, noble man. So each one, 色兮色. It's an ancient pluck string instrument. You may notice this one. This is 古筝. 色 looks like an oversized 古筝. It's longer, wider. 古筝 got 21 strings. This is how it sounds like. Okay, don't collapse on me. Okay, 21 strings versus 色 is 25 strings. And when 25 strings pulled taut onto this big panel, wood panel, you can imagine the tension. So the wood panel got to be heavily sturdier wood, and everything have to be tuned up. And these bridges have to be positioned perfectly, because each of them is fixed pitch. Unlike qin is, through the gliding of your left hand, you can control the pitch, but this one is one pitch. You can bend the pitch. I'm not going to give a music lesson there, but 色兮 describe how tuned, perfectly pitched this person is. We use the tuning of music instrument to describe the tuning up of human. Like we sometimes got off-tuned, off-balance, right? And we need to be able to detect our own functioning as an instrument. Humans take care of ourselves as an instrument so that we can tune ourselves to the perfect pitches. Okay, 现息 here, the spaciousness of mind. Small things in life is not going to create big response from us. It's our mind, when it gets more spacious, we can contain more. Joy or sorrow, either way, we just have the capacity to hold a lot of complexities and emotions. So 现息, people with such spacious mind, it's definitely people who are going to show more majestic. That's why, like when I ride up to the mountain tops, looking down at the world, that the city gets so small, the road got like so tiny, right? Like a tiny network of this city life. From looking afar, I was able to stand on a high vantage point. Just visually, I have a spacious world in front of me. And whatever happened down there, down the mountain, seems really insignificant in comparison to the view that I can hold on the mountaintop. I hope that can kind of illustrate what the xiàn is. This is a spacious person. All right, 鹤 is color, double red color. And double red color describes this, I guess, if the first expression is tuning up yourself or making yourself spacious, is internal tuning of ourselves. The 鹤 and the 轩 are external, how we express ourselves with the world. 鹤兮 is the color red, kind of deep red, as a radiant personality. So somebody who has a lot of warmth, have a lot of energy to share, to radiate across the room. I mean, I'm definitely 鹤兮. I have a lot of energy. So that's describing, and I'm gladly, I just need more spacious to contain my energy. That's all. 宣兮 is this person's voice is so resonant, and you can see the mouth symbol, right? And this 更 character is a beautiful character that's kind of swirling from the middle all the way expand to the heaven and the earth. That gives you the sense of like your energy, all due energy, expand through space. And 宣兮 means when you have such energy, such resonant voice, people like to tune in to you. So kind of you're influencing people with your positive resonant voice. Okay. 谢然然, whenever Chinese use 然然, that means somebody's nature or somebody's feature. So 谢然 simply describes somebody's majestic way, or in the manner of majesty. In English expression, so 然 is this pointer of, okay, this is the status of that person with that quality. So I try to find a majestic bird, and this is a perfect xiàn bird. All right, thank you for your time. See you another day.